crazy, so we were all going through things, but I thought I'd do kind of a ramble. Yeah, I just was gonna talk to you. Okay, so I saw the Little Mermaid tonight. The Little Mermaid tonight. I think after like 3 weeks or something, and it was actually really, really good. I don't know if you've seen it, but I really enjoyed it a lot. I think deep down, y'all, deep down at heart, I just freaking love musicals, and watching it reminded me as the kid that I used to love, like watching Disney movies and just like the swell of music and love and just romance and love stories I actually adore, and it filled my soul up a lot. So, you know, if you're even interested in watching it, I would highly recommend it. Is it cheesy? Yes. Doesn't matter, no. I kind of left, like, during the film, I kind of had this epiphany. Not really, I don't even think it was that smart of an idea, like, thought, but I just was reminded about, like, why movies are made, and, like, I have some friends, I don't even know if you call them friends, just people I know that I've been hanging out with that, you know, when you are in the industry, because if you're new here, I, you know, screenwrite, and I want to be a writer, and I want to be, you know, an actor, or just like in the arts, and I feel like a lot of the times people are really hard on what, like, art is, and to be honest, I used to always feel really out of place and very much like I didn't have an artistic palette. I, you know, haven't seen all these movies, and I don't have a really an eclectic taste, I don't think. But then I realized something today, because I went with a friend today to the musical, basically, and you know, it was actually really fun, and I'm glad he came. We basically like took an edible before it, and I if you don't know any tricks for MC, so I have A-list, which is great. If you like movies, A-list, if it's in your state, it should be, it's AMC, and you get 3 free movies a week, and all you basically pay is like the ticket. If you go to the theaters at least once a month, it's worth it, because you're basically paying, the subscription's like $24, but like a normal ticket is usually, like in LA at least, it's like $20. You're basically, it's a great deal. But I went with, and I go to CVS, I get snacks, and I take a water cup, and I fill it with Diet Coke. It's like, it's really nice. You don't pay for parking. It's great. But I went with a friend, and my friend is one of those eclectic people, and I don't know what my opinion is on it anymore, you guys. I would love to hear yours, but I sometimes, you know, my friend, you can consider them a cinephile, which basically is like someone that is obsessed with movies, love movies, know everything about movies. And I had someone actually in New York in college that was one of my best friends that was also one, and I think, you know, I'm going to New York soon, and I'm hopefully seeing this person, and I used to think I was I think attracted to this person because they were a cinephile, in the sense that they knew, this was when I was in acting school and they were in film, they knew a lot about like movies and directors and just cinema more than I did, and I used to think that's what a real director is. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I think that totally can be what a real director is, but I came to this epiphany in the theater, and I was watching Little Mermaid, and my friend was like kind of laughing. It was like, oh, this sucks, and blah 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 blah. He's also like this white guy that's super straight, and I don't know why I keep befriending super white straight guys, because like deep down I'm gay as fuck, and you know, and it reminds me of high school people that I love. Don't get me wrong, I love straight people and all different types of people. Like, I can bro out and I could be macho, but like at the end of the day, I'm just like, I like what I like, and I'm tired of feeling like I'm wrong for liking things. And it's not even just boys at the point. It's like, I wanted to go see Little Mermaid because I actually wanted to go see it. Like, I wanted to see Halle Berry sing, Halle Bailey sing, and like just feel good, and I'm glad I went. And honestly, my friend coming, I'm glad he came too. It was actually very fun, but it just made me realize, like, I am so used to, you know, he was kind of like giving it shit, and I usually like run along with it. I'm usually like, oh yeah, it's not good, and I usually don't say I like things because I'm usually like, why would I? But then again, The Little Mermaid was made for so many different types of people, and you know what? I liked it, and you know what? I realized my epiphany, like, I'm saying what it's gonna be, but I never told you. My epiphany was this, that every movie is made for a reason, and that basically, like, every movie has a goal. So for instance, like, The Little Mermaid's goal is to make you believe in love and fairy tales. Then you have like action movies that are supposed to get you on like adrenaline, and then you have like sci-fi that's supposed to be like psychological, make you think. Right? Like, every genre of film has a different goal for the audience, and it's never as simple as like a movie is bad. It's like, no, the genre that it's in has all of these, you know, like steps or like expectations, cliches, I guess, but they know what their audience is looking for. Your audience, when they go for a film, is looking for and feeling for something specific. I'm finding this very helpful for me right now, because if you're new here, I have been working on a short film for literally like 6 months. I'm in post-production. We are so close to finishing out. I'm so excited. It's been very stressful for me, but we are finalizing music, and for so long I used to feel very embarrassed. That's interesting. I didn't realize until I said that, but I guess like a little embarrassed about my short film. Not really, but like it's a very sweet, very like, someone could say cliche film, and the thing is, I don't think that anymore. I'm absolutely in love with my short film, and I love, like, by watching The Little Mermaid, it made me realize, like, my goal is to make someone feel something, to feel like feel love, feel the tension of love. Like, that's the whole point of my short film. It doesn't need to be gripping and totally new and whatever these cinephiles or whatever think is a good movie, which is hilarious because I usually don't think those are good movies. Sue me, but like, well, see, I need to watch more Wes Anderson movies. Sue me, but I don't think every Wes Anderson movie is great. My thing is, if I get bored, if I'm not feeling emotionally attached, if it's too talky, if it's too conceptual, to be honest, for me, that's not the types of film that I like. I like something very kind of simplistic. I think I like something that will make you feel things, even if it means the storyline is a little bit simple. My goal is for like humans, not cinephiles, but humans, to really like feel and cathartic. And you don't have to be smart, you don't have to like understand time periods, you don't have to do all this. My thing is just like, I want to feel something. And yeah, and Little Mermaid was great, you guys. I think you should totally watch it. It was, you know, it was visually stunning, musically amazing, and were there like some cheesy parts? Of course, it's a kids movie, but I loved it. And yeah, I guess I'm just trying to say is like, I'm trying to get better at like learning to have like the respect for myself to really like say my opinions. And I don't know if you've been here yet in your life. I don't know if you have gotten to the age where you have gotten to this point, or if you have, if you remember getting here, but I am just so exhausted and tired of trying to agree with people. And it's not the big thing things. It's the little things. I realized for most of my life, like, people, if we go see a movie or whatever, I will always cater what I say to who I'm with. If they liked it, I'll say, oh, I liked it too. If they said they didn't like it, I'll be like, well, yeah, you're kind of right. Like, I always try to, like, find an agreeable way. And I think what's hindered me is, like, first off, you can take it from me, if someone likes your opinion or not, it doesn't change whether you're gonna, like, be with them or not. Like, for friends, like, I feel like I've been realizing most of the time people actually want your real opinions, and they want to argue or they want to discuss. Like, it's boring to be agreeable all the time. And don't get me wrong, like, if you actually agree, then that's great. But I'm just like, for me, I realize I have this fault that I do that. And, like, even tonight, I knew my friend was, like, gonna be kind of shitting on it, and then he was like, oh, do you like it? And I honestly was, and then I was like, I'm gonna be different. I easily could be like, it was fine, but I was like, no, I actually did like it. So I said, oh yeah, I actually enjoyed it. And surprisingly, he was just like, oh yeah, it was actually pretty good, but it was funny. Like, I thought he was gonna totally shit on it, so that was nice. But I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm like, I deserve to respect myself enough to think that my opinions are actually, like, cool. That they're good opinions, like, I don't like sushi. Cool. Like, that's me. You like it, you love it, you think I'm wrong, okay. Well, I respect myself to be like, hey, I just haven't ever wanted to really eat it. Have you gotten to that stage in life yet where you've done that? Or have you always been pretty, like, confident with your opinions and never really tried to, like, cater to everyone you're around? That's just not who I am. I very much have, like, tried to cater, try to get people to like me, try to let people feel comfortable around me. But I've been negating that I don't actually feel comfortable around those people. Like, why is my value in whether I deserve that friendship in the hands of that person liking me versus me even deciding if I actually want that person? Like, why have I been in a mindset where it's like, I'll just take whoever I can get and I'll work with it? It's like, no, I want to live a life where I get to choose who I want to be with, and if I don't want to hang out with you, I'm just not going to hang out with you, and I'm not going to be afraid to be alone instead. That is where I want to be in life, and I think I'm getting there. These last months have been terribly hard for me. I don't know how they've been for you, but they've been difficult in a lot of ways. And it's, looking at the larger end of life, I will say, I don't know if you've ever had a mushroom trip before, but doing that changed my life because it made me really aware of that life is in chapters like a book, and that, just where you are now isn't your story. It's not the end of your story. It's not necessarily the beginning. It's just a part of a chapter in your life. And this chapter in my life right now is one where I know I'm growing a shit ton. It is insane. And although I can't really articulate to you guys yet, it's just like my job has switched, and I think I'm just finally learning that, and I don't like this because I don't think it's true, but like, sometimes you have to really go to rock bottom, and you have to really, like, feel it and realize it before you realize, hey, like, I could either stay here, or if I take the initiative, I can change my life. That's where I am right now. I've been so, like, let the flow of everything happen, and honestly, that's very good and healthy, and, like, you do kind of always have to do that. Like, you can't be fully in control, but I'm just, like, realizing, like, there's a lot of things I say that I wish I could change, and I hear my thoughts say it, and I even hear me tell other people, like, I want to move, or I want to act more, or I want to do all that stuff, and it's like, I wonder what day, when it's gonna happen, then I'm actually gonna listen to the things I'm telling myself, and I'm actually gonna go and do it. Because right now, I keep being like, well, I haven't done it yet, so clearly I don't really want it. And I think that's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. Don't you agree? Because I just think, like, yeah, but, like, your excuse for not doing something shouldn't be because you've never done it. Like, you want to do it because you haven't done it yet. You know? And obviously, like, I know, like, I need to be easy on myself, and I know you need to, too. Like, we all need to be easy on ourselves. Like, life isn't actually about productivity. It's not about getting things and winning things and even making money. Life is not about any of that. Life is literally this journey of just, like, what are we doing here on this earth, and, like, what do you want to do, and how do you want to, like, impact people. And it's as simple as just breathing right now, and we are both succeeding, you and I, right now, just because we're alive. And yeah, that's at this moment right now is as successful as when will, you know, whatever you think the biggest societal dream you have for success, whether it's, you know, becoming a boss or, you know, making a ton of money or having kids, like, yeah, those things are great, but also this moment right now, you breathing, you relaxing, you hearing right now is as valuable as those moments. And I think that's very important to know. Also, to be fair with you guys, I'm very curious on my mental health with YouTube, because I really love sharing things with you, but I also realize I'm giving a lot to you guys, which I'm very happy about. But to be frank, I think a lot of my volatility can also be coming from that. It's not necessarily like talking about all these deep things, which I do on air, welcome. It's just that showing up every day and, like, seeing, it's kind of like performing, but I don't want it to feel like a performance, but it's always like, you know, I'm sharing this life with you guys on YouTube, and then at a certain point it's like, okay, well, how real is the life I'm actually telling you guys, right? And I think I can get into a spiral there, right? So if I'm always venting, or if I'm always talking about something, because I talk about it, then I have to edit the videos, so I hear it again, and then, like, it's out in the world, and then if I keep doing this, like, every day, you know, it kind of reminds me of what I've been going through. It's like one thing to, like, live it, and then to explain it, and it's, like, always analyzing. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do less rambles like this just for now, or, you know, if you have any other ideas, I can do just other videos too. It's just, I'm curious, you know, I'm curious to see how that's affecting. It probably is not great, but yeah, I am really grateful that you're here, though. Your support means a lot. I feel very blessed to have you here in this community. You have no idea, I just feel very loved and accepted, and I hope you do too. I mean, I know, you know, sometimes, to be transparent, I feel like sometimes I don't talk enough to you guys, like, in my videos, but, you know, it's hard for me because I like to imagine your life. I don't know exactly what to talk about, but I really hope that these videos, the reason I put them out is, like, obviously for me to share my life, because I really believe that there are people out there that actually really relate to what I'm going through, and, you know, sometimes I think visibility is everything. I really believe that visibility is everything. But on a more simplistic note, I just hope that these videos bring you comfort in the fact that, like, you have a friend in me, and, you know, we get to chat every night, and we get to be friends, and although we're not, like, in a physical space together, and it's a lot of one-sided me talking to you, I do feel your energy, and I do really wish you the best, and I really believe in you. I don't know if anyone's told you that recently, but I really, really believe in you a lot. You have a lot going for you, and the world is really lucky to have you here, for everything you've done, all the good, for helping people, and just, like, existing. You've given people a lot of peace, and made people's lives on Earth a lot more enjoyable. So thank you. People really don't tell you that, but you are very loved and appreciated, and be very good to yourself. I know I need to swallow that pill and be better too, but you're doing the best you can. Whether you can believe me or not, but I know deep down that you're doing the best you can. Every day looks different for how much we can do, and you know, this thing called life is not easy. I am actually honestly so surprised how it's not easy. You kind of grow up thinking that you'll get the hang of it eventually, and and then maybe you do. Maybe that's why the 30s and 40s are like more stable, but like it's hard. You're doing a lot and you're changing a lot, and the way you think about things, you think about yourself changes, and like at one point you have to be brave enough to accept it, to accept all the new things that are happening, and accept, hey, I'm going to change. Accept and be courageous, because you're brave and you're courageous. And I know it's not easy walking away from people you love. It's not easy trying to find a better life for yourself. It's not easy going to work, working multiple jobs, doing taxes. Like, these are not easy things. But I'm so proud that you were courageous and brave enough to tackle these things head on. And if you haven't yet, you will soon. I think I'm in the same phase as you, where I'm learning to become brave, to become courageous, just because, you know, what do we have to lose? At the end of the day, we are all going to DIE. That shouldn't scare you. Hopefully it should liberate you, because we are all doing that, and it's one thing we all have in common. We are all going to go there, and if you think of it like that, what's the worst outcome anything can happen is you DIE, right? But you're going to do that anyways, so what's the point, right? I think, yeah, we should not be afraid of living, and there are times to rest too. So if you're going through it like I am, really give yourself a rest. Like me having COVID last week, and me being forced to literally not hang out with anyone or do anything was honestly so good for my mental health. Sometimes you have to force yourself to just not do anything, take care of your body. So I'm very tired right now, if you can't tell, but yeah, I hope this video resonated with you. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave an orange fruit. Also, if you could do me a favor as well. Oh, I realize this is so funny. I'm pre-recording some videos because I'm going to New York, and I realize I haven't done an advice video yet for next week. I try and do that every Thursday. We'll see how long these go, but I would love to find, you know, if you have any other suggestions. I'm trying to find a way to connect with you guys and for us all to be there and helpful and everything. If you have anything that you are going through or anything that you want to like even just celebrate or talk about on here, feel free to DM me on Instagram. It would mean a lot to me, and it would be great. But yeah, go see The Little Mermaid if you haven't. I want you to know, because this is something I really wish I was hearing more, is like, you're supposed to be different. Okay? What no one tells you is that you're supposed to be different. You're not supposed to be like everyone else, okay? You're supposed to feel weird. You're supposed to like things that maybe a lot of people don't like. You're supposed to feel like an outcast sometimes, okay? You just are, because that's how you're special. And I think growing up is learning that you don't want to lose those things. Maybe because it feels easier, to conform, to agree with people, but what you realize is eventually, and it's so little because I think we grow up getting so used to it, being like, oh, it doesn't matter that I don't share my opinion at this, just make them happy. But what you lose is you start to lose yourself, and you lose kind of like who you are, and every time you allow yourself to say your real opinion, you're kind of like building more trust in yourself to really become who you want to become who you actually think you are and who you want to be and all of that. So if you feel different, you're doing something right. If you feel, like you're not belonging, you're doing something right. Okay, that's who you are, and there will be these beautiful friends or lovers that will come in your life where you will be weird, feel weird, but they'll still want to be around you. And you won't feel like you need to change your weirdness or you need to conform. No, you're just there and they want to stay with you. And, something to be cognizant about is like relationships. I want to work on this, but I don't think we should not value relationships based on length. The longer a relationship, the more successful, versus a shorter relationship, not so. That is total bogus. Every relationship, whether it's short or long, a day or a month or a year or hours, they're all valuable. They're all equally valuable. They all just teach you different things and get you to different levels of finding yourself. So that's all I gotta say, but yeah, just know like you're not alone in feeling weird, and maybe people don't feel weird in the exact same way you do, but I promise like that one thing you feel weird about, some other person in the world feels weird about that too, but they might just look and sound different. And I think we all live in a world where we like to just kind of like give people labels and assume we know people. I think it's just something, it's how we survive as we get older. You see a person, you're like, you're just like that every other person I see. That's just so not true, and it's damaging to feel that way. It's just damaging. So yeah, thank you for being here, for showing up, for being your authentic self, and remember to be weird and to just be your lovely self. I love you a lot, and as always, if you have any recommendations for making videos better or improving this HIVE, let me know in the comments below. Remember to be you, be weird, and be kind, my friend. I'll see you in my next video.